So on my left-hand side is the standby zones. You can see all the competitive teams. The players here are getting ready. We have more players. Will first do the registration. And after that, they will come here to stand by and then to the competition. For Macao International, Macao race is an international level racing. So it's every year invites different teams from different countries. And for today, we have the international invited competition for men and women 200, 500 meters competition, and also the competition for university students. We not only invite international teams, we also have the teams from Macau. There are more than 100 teams that participate in Macau International Dragon Racing Competition every year. So we can see here it's very crowded. This is the standby zones. You can see the faces from home and abroad. They're from America, Singapore, and also from mainland China, Hong Kong SAR, and Macau SAR. We also have the university students from Macau. Let's maybe find our local team here. Let's find out the Macau team. So these group of guys wearing in green, they are our local Macau team. They will participate, I believe, in all the categories of today's racing. For Macau International Dragon Boat Racing, actually it's very popular. This is a teamwork. We show the team spirit in order to make the boat moving forward faster and harmoniously. So this is also a good way to train their bodies. So that's why a lot of universities and companies actually they organize their own teams for dragon boats. So right now in Macau there are more than hundreds of teams. I believe more than thousands of people actually practicing dragon boat racing. So for the limited population of Macau, there are a huge base of participants. So right now I see all the boys are getting ready. I believe they will do some warm up and do their first round of racing. I see the women just finished their racing. So just finish your racing? Yes. How did you feel? I think it's pretty good. I think it can be better. So for today's weather, I think it's favorable. There's a little bit impact because it's really, really hot. It's really, really high temperature. So that's why make our body really, really tired. So that's make the competition challenging. So we know actually you are not professional athletes. Actually, you just use after work time to practice. So what's your job? So we some work for the companies. We also work for the casinos. So for our practicing time, we cannot really practice in one group. Actually, we practice by ourselves because we take different shifts for our jobs. So there is no one fixed time to do the group practicing. So that also impacts your performance a little bit. So like normally we practice 6 a.m. in the morning. So that's a little bit better for us to allocate our time. So you enter to the finals. I didn't see the results. I didn't know. Thank you. Sir, I believe you're the coach, right? Yes. So today is really high temperature. Do you have any tactic to deal with the temperature? So for the temperature in Macau, this is quite normal. We already actually had some preparations before to let our athletes get used to that. So today is the international games. So we invited teams from home and abroad. For our team Macau, any special tricks or special tactics to dealing with the teams, especially from the outside? So each teams, actually some are national team. For us, we're not really national level, so we just do to our best. So we're not a professional team. So we also have a limited time to practice. So we just do whatever we can to our best. So wish you good luck. Thank you. Talking about the Macau dragon boat racing, we have to trace back to the history. The 1920s to 30s. It was born and organized by the public to celebrate the festival. And to 1979, the private company sponsors the racing and make it as an international one. From 2000, after Macau came back to mainland China, the Macau Administration of Sports take the leading position to organize the Macau International Dragon Boats, and since then it has started to invite international teams and also make this a very important platform to exchange cultures and let the people know more about China, know more about the Chinese culture, know more about Macau as well. So this is the name card of Macau and also one of the well-known racing around the world. According to my knowledge, so the committee invited the team from different regions and different countries to participate in the culture-featured competitions. We have teams from mainland China, from Hong Kong, from Japan, Thailand, Singapore, South Korea, Indonesia, Canada, America, New Zealand, Australia. So a lot of countries actually send their teams to participate in this racing. The venue of the game is at the Nanwan Lake. So I have to point out the location. Back to 2005, in order to host the South Asia Games, it established this venue for water games. So this is for the dragon boat racing as well for the kayak racing. And here is the main venue for the international dragon boat racing. And this is quite advanced venue, fully equipped. So later on we will invite the experts to show us more details about the whole venue. So let's look at the big screen. I believe this group of teams is started racing. So we had the loudspeakers to explain the games like in 3 languages, one in Cantonese. It's also the official language in Macau. And also in English, because it's an international competition, so also in English. And also the 3rd language in Portuguese. And Portuguese is also one of the official languages in Macau. For a high-level competition, It requires a team to organize and run the competition. Today is our great honor to invite our special guest from Macao Administration of Sports Development, Miss Lee. She will help us to understand more about how to organize and run the games. Director Lee, a large-scale sports events from Macao Sports Administration. We know Macao International Dragon Boat Racing is one of the largest and well-known international games. So how we can maintain the game can run smoothly and successfully? So beginning of this year, actually, we already started our preparation. And right now you see the venue, the whole environment, the zones for players, for the podium, and the area for the viewers actually had to prepare ahead of time. Every year we prepared for a lot of time because before we didn't have all these facilities. So we have to build up the corresponding facility like the big string. We need to coordinate with the other organizations and the committees to make sure the whole outlet works or any room for improvement. So once we fix our plan and outline, so we need to work on the whole infrastructure building. And we also need to think about the weather. Weather is a big impact. 2 months ago, we already started to build up the whole venue. So step by step, we move forward along with our plans. So besides the hardwares, we also have the medical teams. So make sure all the people here, not the players and also the viewers, because in the end it's the sports and also because of the weather, maybe the high temperature. So we need to guarantee that people here are safe and been taken care well. So we have these medical centers, the small medical stations, to perform the rescue and also give the treatment. We also have the people from Red Cross. So we have a different this kind of booths around the venue. So we also have the professional doctors. We have the ambulance nearby. So in case there is a little bit big injury, we need to bring the patient to the hospital. We can move the person to the nearby hospital. So this is the international competition. So everything should in line with the international standards for sure. Besides the medical areas, we also talk about the security. We have to do the security check, and we also have the ID card. So have the people to do the cleaning jobs because there are so many people. So we have the people to do the centenary jobs. So the detailed people not really pay attention to, but that's everything we need to consider. So here you can see the teams are doing their warm-up. So this is a big platform. For the players, this is a place to gathering the teams. We have many teams to participate in the games. We need to find as enough place as possible for them to do the warm-up. Actually, this is not something we organize. They organize by themselves. So they see the time is approaching. They will get out of the rooms and to do some warm up, do some stretches, and they will also coordinate with different teams to leave enough room for each other. So it's not really organized by the committee, so they know how to use the rooms, how to use the space, how to coordinate with others. And we also have the place for audience, so they're family members. So every year we need to build up the places for audience. Before there's no place for audience. So let's take time, around 2 months or 3 months ahead, to prepare the places for audience. So the stands will also build up a little bit higher, so give a better view to our audience, so they can see the best angle. And here is also part of our podium. So the winning dragon boats will be here. So the top 3 team will bring their boat here to get a big flag. And they will carrying the big flag and have some interaction with the audience. And the team will also say thank you to their fans. So this is quite a nice place to have the closer interaction between the teams, especially the winners and the audience. And after all the games finished, we'll gather the all winning teams one by one to receive their trophy by our special guest. We see their cheering teams are very professional. You can see they have their gestures, they know what they need to call, and they have different ways to encourage and encourage encouraging their teams. They're very professional, but they're not really organized by our committee. They also organize by themselves. There are actually a lot of companies participated in the racing, so this is also from their companies. So it's also part of the features of the game. So say, oh, others doing this is really nice. Next year is something we have to improve. So you can see our cheering teams also improved every year. So they also have a different equipment to help them. They have drums. They have the different ways to help them. This is really nice. So we can see each team has the different squad to cheer up their teams. So for all these years, the cheering squad is also part of the feature for the Macao International Dragon Boat Racing. So they also actually be here really early in the morning. So they not really have the fixed seats. So they line up in the morning, in the very early morning, and they take a very good seats. So their teams also can see their squad. So to all the viewers, let's look at the cheering squad. We have 3 areas for audience. There are 4 stands, 1 for the special guests and the rest 3 for audience, open to the public. So believe here is the best place to see the Dragon Balls rushing to the destination. So this is also the zones that really popular, and all the audience they have to line up in the very early morning in order to take the best position.
这个看台啊，好像就是能够特别。好，我们现在正好有一组比赛啊，咱们这个现在的位置呢，就正好。
So I believe there's a group of teams that are ready to start their game. We are at the place for the final sprint. Let's take some look. Now the teams, hope all the viewers can see them, and here is a pre-games. So we see now the teams from international stage, and we also have team from Macao and also from mainland China and Hong Kong. So I believe the Channel 3 is Macau team taking a leading position. Hope you can see they're wearing green jerseys.
The
Macau team I think is quite good, and they got the 3rd place. They will be successfully coming to the finals for sure. So for the audience stands, and here is the best position to look at the sprint. And besides here, so you can see the teams here to cheer up their corresponding teams, and here we have the different stunts. And we also want the combination of sports, culture, and tourism. So all the large-scale events, you can see, we not only focus on sports, we also bring the elements from culture, from tourism. So we arrange some performance teams to make the whole event richer. So make as a carnival, so the big party for everyone. So all the audience, they not just look at the very breathtaking games, they also can celebrate the moment. Especially here today is the Dragon Boat Festival. So we want everyone can enjoy their time here in Macau. For these areas, limited access, so the public is not really allowed to come in here. It's only the athletes is allowed to come in here because this is the zone for the players to warm up, to stretch a little bit. And actually there we also have another zone that's for the very delicious food and also for the experience area, so people can really understand and try some food. and experience the culture. So when they arrived at the venue, they can first take some really delicious food, and then they will come to the venue to look at the games.
一般来说，人家就是说南湾湖白帐篷，人家就知道在这儿的。这个白帐篷这个形啊，算是比较有特色的，所以一般如果在澳门。
So here is the
南湾湖白帐篷等，你就知道在这个
place very famous. So you talk about, like to anyone here to say, I will wait you at the white tent. Everyone know you will wait them here. This is the white tent, very famous in Macau. So we also invite the local performance teams to have very close interaction with the audience. This is also from the Administration of Tourism of Macau. They also participate here. So you can see the kids, they really like to be here. There are a lot of families. So this is also today's the national holiday. So besides looking at the dragon boat racing to celebrate the Dragon Boat Festival, and also a very good place for family gathering. So they not only for sports, also can come here for the food, for the products. Different experience here. So we have different booths here. And here we go, we have the pandas. We talk baby pandas. They born in Macau and grew up in Macau, almost 2 years old. They call the 渐渐, the Kang Kang. Together means healthy. So soon we will celebrate their birthday. So here is a wall, so people can write down their best wishes to the baby pandas. So they write down their best wishes. And we also have small gifts. To our children. So I see a lot of people actually gave their best wishes here. I believe more than thousands pieces of paper here. People really love pandas. And we have some small gifts featured with panda. I believe the children really love them. And people actually line up here in the queue. You can see the people's love to the baby pandas. They line up here, wait to write down their best wishes to 渐渐 and the Kang Kang, our twin baby pandas. Besides performance, we also have local culture events. So this is the Macau Lucky mascot. The Macau rooster. So this is also the Macau local creativity. So why we use a rooster? Especially at the Dragon Boat Festival, we bring the Macau rooster here. This is really Macau featured events and products because for the Dragon Boat Festival is originating from China, and Macau actually is a place to combine the culture from mainland China and Portuguese. So this is something really special. And this is 100% originated, created from Macau. The inspiration behind is represents luck. So we want our mascot can bring the luck and happiness to the people. So it means lucky rooster. So we also have special design for the dragon boat racing. So this is the recycled bag. So you can see our roosters riding on a dragon boat. And we also have the umbrella here. So the inspiration behind it is from China's traditional blue and white porcelain. So we bring the traditional Chinese ancient culture elements with the culture from Portuguese. So this is the perfect combination. So we have come to another booth. So you see this is also a big dragon, very powerful. And this is a fast dry towel. It's a special design and produced for this year's Dragon Boat Festival. I heard that before actually you were a player. Yes, I'm a boxer. I was a boxer. So you bring the sports spirit into your design. Yes, actually, in my design you can find a lot of dynamism. I want to bring the sports into my design. Thank you. And here all represents Macau culture. And after we experience the culture, let's taste some food. Let's first come to a traditional food. And I believe this is a little bit related to the Dragon Boat Festival, and this is something called the Longxutang, also with dragons. And this is candy in white. Want to try? Yes, I made it. I made the candies. So we have more than 40 years history. Yes, we've been here for more than 40 years. So we can say we enjoy a really long history in Macau, and these candies is our traditional candy, and we made by hand. So we will continue to carry this forward. Thank you. So this is the dragon beard candy. So we have different events, and here is to experience the dragon boat. And it's a place for Instagram, for photos, and also experience hitting the drum on the boat. Make a beat. So it's purpose actually for our next generation to really experience the dragon boat, because for the real ones, for their young age, they cannot really ride on it. But at least under right now the whole environment would let them at least have some taste. of the Dragon Boat Festival and let them know the Dragon Boat racing, let them know the Chinese culture.
这边还有这个更多的美食是吧？
And I believe more food is waiting for us.
哦，对，
Macau actually have a lot of different traditional cuisines.
世界美食之都。
And Macau actually was listed on the list of
美食是不可缺的一部分，所以
World Heritage and also on the list
一些不同澳门的
of the UNESCO. So you have to come here, try the food. Food is very famous.
也带到这里来。
And we also invite our long history, well-known restaurants to bring their best food coming here.
特色的鱼蛋，
So people can enjoy the games and also
鱼蛋刚才我看到
to enjoy the food.
蛋挞，
The fish ball here and also very famous the pork bread and the desserts.
哦，这
And one thing cannot miss it, especially for the Dragon Boat Festival. Here we go. That's 粽子 in Chinese, or that's the rice dumpling or rice ball in English.
这个粽子就是这几款，应该就是在澳门比较
So this is Macau featured rice dumpling, and believe these tastes are quite famous and popular in Macau and Hong Kong. I cannot really tell exactly how they made it. And let's look at
你好，你好。
maybe they have some secret behind.
咱们澳门的动作跟咱们这个传统的动作有什么区别？
So for the Macau's rice dumpling, so there are a lot of different. So you have the very famous Macau food. Everything will have meat inside. That's quite different. So we have more actually the different elements inside. So you can see that's much larger in size than our traditional ones. So this is, so you only can find it in Macau.
澳门的美食啊，了解完了澳门的文化呀，还有咱们这些表演。
So Macau is full of food, culture.
回到赛场看一看比赛。
It's really rich. So let's get back to the games. Let's look at how the games proceed.
“好，我们现在就经过这个文创区啊、体验区啊，然后返回我们的
Just now we experience the Macau featured food,
我们看现在又有
culture zones,
比赛
different
引发啊
booths,
然后可能
and
我
we
们
come back
这个
to the
角度啊
game venues, and there is another
呃
round of games started.
龙舟的比赛
So from our angle, maybe we not really can see the boats clearly, and hope we can see some close shot from the screen.
看这个参加完预赛的这些选手啊，也在紧张的观看这个。
So the players are really
其他选手的比赛啊。
focus and follow up the game results of other teams.
哦，香港队拿到了这个小组的第1名。
So this is Team Hong Kong.
这个小组第1名。
They just got the number one
这些
from this round.
选手也在关注比赛。下面
Hong Kong,
决定
China
他们
just finished their games and got number one. So because for other teams, rankings also depend on the results. of the whole ranking, so they will know by then whether they enter to the finals or not. So the game finished and all the teams getting back to the starting zones. So beside the dragon boat, there are also other boats to give the direction and also believe for the security purpose. Later on, we will show you more about the role of the other boats. Or maybe our audience take a guess. And today we'll also invite Macao Dragon Boat Committee, Mr. Deng. Later on, Mr. Deng will show us more the secrets behind about the competition.
看邓先生现在正在忙，因为邓先生还有一个特殊的身份，他是这个澳门国际龙舟赛这个仲裁委员会的成员，他可能对一些在研究一些什么判罚上的这些事情。
He's also the members of the arbitration, so we'll also look at whether the decision made by the judges are fair or not. Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Deng. I believe you just had the discussion on the judge decision. Yes. So I talked to the members. So for which channel? So what's really the for each boat then you have to do after they're passing the destination lines. We have a lot of new judges, so we need to train them. So for now, the Macao is organize the international level games. So our judges should also meet the standards of international games. For the international invitation games, the rules and the regulations we adopt is in line with international practice. So our judges should also well trained. So you look at like our games. And different games have different scales, so whether it's a large one or medium-sized one or a smaller one. So for the games, at least we need to have 60 judges, and we also need to have assistants and also the supporting staffs. For Macao one, we really attach great importance to the judge members. So we need to improve everything and also make sure we need to have the detailed driven manner. So for the judges, we only look like the teams, the boats. For judges, it's really secret. We cannot really find them. We cannot really see them. So please tell us a little more how they really make the score. I see also the boats on the river, right? So what else? So you have arbitration committee. And any high tech especially we use to make sure we have a pretty fair evaluation. For the management of judge, is divided in different parts. So we have judges at the registration zones and coming to the games. So the teams, they need to swipe their cards and coming to this venue. We use the high tech to check their IDs. So we know exactly which team participate in which categories. And when the team boarded on the boat, they come to the destination for the final last-minute check. And we have the people to fire the gun. And we have the judges on the river. They are the channel judge. So they will say whether each team really follow their own channel or they interrupt to other people's channels. And for the destination, we also use the high-tech technology to help us to monitor exactly the timing in a very precise manner, so we know exactly the time each team finish. And then we will come up with the scores that will come up with the final results. So judges have their control room. So for us, we didn't know that. So we also could not really see that. Can we see the judge control room? So here we go. This is our control room. So you can see the judges and our staffs. We work here, and they have the timers, they have the score sheet. It's very, very accurate and very, very precise. So everything, all the data and information actually back to this room. And also the final report books are also printed here. So who entered to the finals, everything, all the results, you need to know all from this room. So starting from the registration zone and to the warm-up, to each team, to each game, and also who entered to the finals, and also for the morning session, who will be for the afternoon sessions, all here. This is the let's say the brand of the game. So you can see their big screen. Everything you can see very clearly here. So let's not further interrupt the judges. So just show you the secret of the control room. Let's get back to the venue. So to my early knowledge, so Nanwan Lake, this venue actually is the world A-level dragon boat venue. Would you please tell us more about that? So it enjoys a very good reputation. I cannot really say A-level or class, but to be honest, this venue, it's fair to say this is the really unique place to watch or to look at the Dragon Boat Festival or Dragon Boat Racing. So I cannot see this is really the top one, but at least You can see, let's see the surface of the river. No big wave. Of course, we have some wind, we have some breezing, but not really big impact. So this is make sure all the games actually compete in a very fair and equal base. So the venue actually also help us to win the good computation. Yes, back to 2011, we organized the international clubs of dragon boats. So that's back to 2010 actually. So the chairman back then of the International Dragon Boat Committee, they said at Macao, in terms of the whole venue design, the venue environment, the Nanwan Lake venue, if this is the number 2 around the world, then no place can be the top of the international dragon boat venue. So which means here is the best of the best place. But of course, our job is making ourselves excellent. So that's we also improve ourselves year by year. So I heard that you have another role. Previously, you led the Team Macao to participate in a lot of international games. So talking about our Team Macao, what is performance? How you evaluate the performance? So the team established in 2002. To 2005, one of the leaders to lead the team to in Berlin, and we got 2 silvers. That's, we can say we're the 2nd place of the international ranking. So that's we're really proud and happy about our performance. We also participated in Sydney and in 2009 to the Czech Republic. And 2013 we participated in different countries. In 2015 we went to Canada. So I stopped my role for the team till 2011, and since then I was the leading judge of the international competitions. But I'm very proud that Team Macao really had a good performance around the world. For today, we talk about the performance of Team Macao in Asia, Pacific, or around the world. It's a little bit slowed down because in the recent years, the game really developed rapidly. Other teams and regions, let's say Europe and mainland China, their performance really improved a lot. So they're really fast. So that for Team Macao, we need to encourage ourselves. We need to catch up. For the region of around 600,000 people, we need to find more talents. And still, we're not a really professional team. People have different jobs. It's really hard to coordinate a team. So we cannot really train the team in a complete manner. So for Team Macao, in the previous year, we are a leading team. In the recent years, because of the teams from Europe, from America, from mainland China, and also for the other places of South Asia, they developed really fast. So they surpass us. We have a very good base in Macao in terms of the dragon boat racing. But for limited population, it's really hard to find the talents. Yes, you can see the people in Macau, they love the game. We organized the Dragon Boat Festival. It's really popular among the people in Macau. And the teams coming to here to participate in our game, they say this is the best place, the best organized competition in a very fair, equal manner. So you know from A to Z about the training and also the game events about the dragon boat racing. So if I talk about like for people like me who want to really participate in this game, any advice to our entry-level player? So first, really talk about the young generation because you need to build up your foundation. For water games, for the entry level, let's say green hands, you need to know how to swim. So this is the must-to-have skills, and you need to follow the coaches. And third, open-minded. This is not the honor for individual. It's not showcase your personal muscle. It's a team spirit. It's a team sport. So each member of the team, they need to strengthen their own skills and also to think in a positive manner, to really play a positive role and work together with the team. Follow the coach. That's basically the core of the dragon boat racing. For today's game, I believe actually the different groups, games next to each other. We have a lot of groups participating in this year's festival. Mr. Zhang, we see the group just finished their competition. I see a lot of local team participated. I believe this is really popular sport in Macau. Then what about the games around the world? It's also popular in other countries. For Dragon Boat, a lot of companies actually recognize, acknowledge this sport. And the International Dragon Boat Committee actually always promote this event with culture elements and also with religions. We want to bring it into the Olympic Games. And in Guangzhou Asia Games, it's the first time it appeared in the Games. And the International Dragon Boat Committee is taking the driver's seat. And of course, the Dragon Boat committees from different areas and regions, they also participated and also stay committed to promoting this game to enlarge its influence. And in the end, we want the dragon boat racing to be one of the categories in Olympic Games. Thank you, Mr. Deng.
China. Temos então a segunda e última corrida de repescagem para
The competition will continue till this afternoon 4 p.m. as we will see the first and the second places. We cannot give you the whole coverage. We'll give you some flavor of the venue, of the competition, and soon we come to the end of our live stream. For Macao, dragon boat racing is a very, very famous competition in Macao with fine tradition. It's enjoyed around 100 years. And right now it's one of the world well-known racing. For people in Macau, they really like to participate in this festival because for them it's a festival combined with sports, culture, and entertainment. So I wish all the teams a great success and good luck to all of them. And please stay tuned. And please pay more focus to Macau and Macau sports events. They come to the end of our live stream. Thank you.